welcome back everyone. This is Bloodborne, Session 4, and if you remember where we last left off, we had killed Vicar Amelia in the Cathedral. We gained her gold pendant. Let's take a look at that. I believe that's in consumables. Here it is. Vicar Amelia's pendant, used to gain a blood gem. Pendant of Vicar Amelia, used to change into a blood gem, which fortifies weapons. This pendant, passed down among the vicars who head the healing church, is a reminder of the cautionary adage, words that will open the gates of Bergenworth. Now, unlike the red brooch from the Gascoigne questline, we are actually going to crush and use this, much like the doll's tear. There it is. Gold blood gem. This is unique to this item. Let's see. Oh, wrong one. Let's see, which is the best upgrade here? Yeah, now that's a really good stat to have. But we're going to change this other one first. Where is the 0.5% we were just looking at? Okay, so this one is better. Okay, yeah. That's going to increase our attack versus the beast up significantly. Especially with the serrated weapon. It's just all going to keep stacking. Now we're going to also stack our physical damage higher with whichever one of these is our best. And it looks like this one is it. There you go. Now we have a little cleanup to do. Back to Odin Chapel. Oh, but first let's speak to a doll. Here she is sleeping, one of the couple positions she can be found in when you load into a dream.
Welcome home, good hunter. I must have drifted off. What is it you desire? Hunters have told me about the church, about the gods and their love. But do the gods love their creations? I am a doll created by you humans. Would you ever think to love me? Of course. I do love you. Isn't that how you've made me? Farewell, good hunter. May...
Alright. Well, also, it's important to know how she does leave that philosophical question for people and their belief in gods, and if they were created by them, do they love them back? And, of course, being an actual, literal living creation of somebody else, she would obviously pose that question herself. Especially after we had given her that hair ornament that caused her to cry, which is very, very much unlike a doll. Cathedral Ward. Or at least a typical one. We are going to do some cleanup in that when we went here throughout this door last time. Oh, the old woman has changed a little bit.
Oh, how did we ever get into this mess?
Yeah, not so grouchy and ornery as she was before. She's starting to break down. Now let's talk to this guy.
Give it a rest, please. I've no time for you, but what? Just go. I can't stand this.
Okay, he has nothing new for us. To me, this is what Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog would end up being if he was in a FromSoft game. He's even got a similar set of clothes. It's also worth noting that one of his initial untrustworthy lines he was giving us about how he doesn't trust anyone else was he was speaking of this man, and that he specifically says that he's blind, and that lines up with when we first spoke to him, that he says we smell like we're a hunter. He doesn't, and he only seems to hear people, he doesn't see them.
Oh, hello.
Anything new, Ariana?
Sorry, dear. Have I
Nope. Now, we need to go back up here. For we only went downwards. Something on the top of this tower is very important. Nope. Alright, straight in here so we don't get shot. Hopefully. Alright, that might be the only way in. 'Cause we do not want to go down. We've already been there. Done that. Come on. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. One small area down. Chest. Hooray. Unlike Dark Souls, there are no mimics. So open at your open with reckless abandon. Second floor. Gatling guns. Dude with sword. Now, another thing, oh, maybe we won't, but now that we have plenty of stamina, you can see that follow-up attack with the R2 after the charge for this weapon. It's got a nice fluid motion to it. There's a new wheelchair gunner. Thick cold blood. That one was holding a rifle. We've had Gatling guns and pistols already. Blood vials. You may notice I have quite a few blood echoes compared to last time. I farmed up a couple for what we're heading towards. Nope, not on this floor. Let's see. What am I looking for? Item. Thick cold blood. And now check the other side. Aha. The sky and cosmos are one. The choir. Very, again, deep sentiment. And it will be a little more important later. And it's in the right place it should be. Didn't even see him. Bullet, and there's the other guy. Another treasure chest. Radiant Sword Hunter badge. But before we look at that, another area full of urns full of human remains, and potentially less than human. Locked. We will not be going to through that for quite some time, but it is very important. I also appreciate how a lot of these urns here have these candles lit on top of them, as if it's mostly for the ceremony of people dying and passing on, but also to give the church its continued air of religious legitimacy. Now let's take a look at that badge. Notice how it's much like the original Sword Hunter badge we got after defeating the Cleric Beast. Radiant Sword Hunter badge for Ludwig's successors. One of the badges crafted by the Healing Church. The Radiant Sword indicates the heirs to the will of Ludwig. These hunters, also known as Holy Blades, are what remains of an ancient line of heroes that date back to a very early age of honor and chivalry. Now, since we can't do anything, I'm gonna head back to the Hunter's Dream. And see what that unlocks. Another personal favorite weapon of mine. Oh, missed an item. Back into the dream we go. Speak to the messengers. Here it is, Ludwig's Holy Blade. A trick weapon typically used by Healing Church hunters. It is said that the silver sword was employed by Ludwig, the first hunter of the church. When transformed, it combines with its sheath to form a great sword. The Healing Church workshop began with Ludwig and departed from old Gehrman's techniques to provide hunters with the means to hunt more terrifying beasts, and perhaps things still worse. And we are going to be buying that. Cost 20k, but that's fine. And there is another couple items that it unlocked. We already have the flame sprayer, no need to read that. The other is Ludwig's rifle. A rifle typically used by Healing Church hunters. It is said that this rifle was employed by Ludwig, the first hunter at church. Its long, heavy barrel makes up in range for what lacks in reload speed. Ludwig's rifle exhibits several departures from the workshop's design, suggesting that the church anticipated much larger, inhuman beasts. I personally have no use for it, but what basically is that it's a longer distance shotgun. After so much time with this game, I've come to vastly prefer the quickness of the pistols. Now, we can't
Welcome home. What is it you...
can't use Ludwig's Holy Blade right away, as I am short of two
Very well. Let me...
God, skill. And there's the minimum. Let's see if I can boost anything else while I'm at it. I might as well do that.
Hunters have
Okay,
I am
you have
what you
nothing new.
Of course, I do. Isn't that... Farewell, good...
Alright, let's go upgrade that weapon. Because I am going to be using it a lot. Eventually. Alright, got to +4. Gonna need more twin bloodstone shards to upgrade that any further. It's not quite as strong yet as the Kirk hammer, but let me put some blood gems in there, see if that can help it along. That's a good one. Thrust attack. Let's look at physical attack first. Useful and physical. There we go. That'll do for now. Do more min-maxing later. Gotta show off some of this moveset. In standard state, both conceptually and practically, it's a lot like the Kirk hammer. Lots of thrusting attacks, some nice wide sweeps. But it transforms into a nice great sword. Two-handed, like the Kirk hammer, of course. Some nice thrusting attacks. L2 is this nice overhead slam. And that's the 1, 2, 3 version of that. R2. Charge and then followed up by second R2. Change back to short sword, thin sword attack. Change into a great sword attack. Alright, where do we go next? Grand Cathedral. As someone who primarily invests in strength weapons, great swords are definitely definitely a forte of mine. Now, we killed Vicar Amelia up here, but in one of the original pre-release trailers that was never intended to be released to the public, the Project Beast ones I've noted a few times, the Cleric Beast was in here, and it was lit to be a lot darker as well. Since they never officially acknowledged those Beast trailers, it's not known if that was just done for the sake of the trailer or if it was actually planned at one point. Alright, let's not get frenzied. Now our next destination is down through the plaza. They say don't wake the sleeping giant, but I just did. Blue elixir. Ooh, that's a nice item. Dubious liquid medicine used in strange experiments, conducted by high masters of the healing church, a type of anesthetic that numbs the brain. Hunters able to retain consciousness by force of will make use of secondary effects of the medicine, which dilutes their presence while standing still. That's mostly for PvP. make it harder for other players to see you when you're close by if you're able to sneak up on them a little bit. Oh. This needs just a bit more to make this really strong. Ah. Oh. Yeah. Let's switch back over to the camera. Oh. Or not. Not right now. Was not safe. Another nice advantage over the Kirk hammer is the nice wide sweeps on the default R1 attack. Since this still technically does more damage, we're gonna keep with that. Add man's knowledge. Missed that the first time, I guess. Alright, our destination is right behind him. Yeah, I know. I'm switching back to Ludwig again. There's an enemy up ahead that the thrusting damage does a little bit more too. Remember when we saw the brain sucker from just hanging out, looking at us over the railing? Well, here he is. Enemies like it with their weird spongy flesh are weak to thrusting damage, which both versions of this deliver pretty well, and more so with the blood gems. Yay, twin shards. Decent number of those where we're going. Shiny coins. I don't think they can come up here. I'm pretty sure that they're just attacking nothing. And there's our good old buddy Alfred.
Oh, good to see you safe. Now, let's think up something to discuss. Just tell me what piques your interest.
Let's see.
As you know, the Healing Church is the fountain. Well, I'm a simple hunter, quite unfamiliar with the ins and outs of the institution. But I have heard that the holy medium of blood and that counselors of the old church reside in. If you seek blood healing.
Yep. Okay, this is the new one.
Ah, there's something I want to tell you. A bit of wisdom from the eminent master Logarius. Once, a scholar betrayed his fellows at Bergenworth and brought forbidden blood back with him to Canehurst Castle. It was there that the first of the inhuman Vile Bloods was born. The Vile Bloods are fiendish creatures who threaten the purity of the Church's blood healing. The ruler of the Vile Bloods is still alive today. And so, to honor my master's wishes, I search for the path to Canehurst Castle. I bid you farewell. It has been a pleasure. May the good blood guide your way.
You don't see it as just a little bit hypocritical that a church that was founded upon taking forbidden blood is pissed off at somebody else for taking forbidden blood? Just looking at the hypocrisy of modern religious bodies and whatnot. You don't see that, Alfred? No? Okay then. Anywho, let's head down to the Forbidden Woods. Because it's all forbidden, and we're all going through it.
The password.
Fear the old blood. And our doorkeeper here was dead, likely kept alive by some arcane magic. See? Already dead. And some madman's knowledge. That's probably keeping him going just long enough to open the door. For however the hell long he's been sitting there. Now we start to see a significant change in environment. Forbidden Woods. Down there is a really cool looking windmills. If this was real life, I probably would not have any desire to go explore them, but this is Bloodborne. We've yet to see the scariest things that this game has to offer. Graves everywhere, and of course, masses of corpses. Because Yarnum. Get a nice look down there. Alright, I hear you. Where are you? Over here. Well, let's go deal with that asshole up there. What he does, he throws urns of oil at you. And then that big guy there hits you with his torch. Oop. Or his saw blade gun. Oh. Oh, alright. Back to the beast saw. No. They don't expect you to see the little guy. They want you to focus on the large, scary werewolf man. I'm wise to these tricks. Oh, executioner. That's better. Knowledge. Blood gemstone.